Hi, I'm C with Brothers in Branding, and to get all of our videos on branding, business, design, whatever else, hit subscribe, like our video, hit the bell for notifications every time we put something out, and we'll make sure we deliver you our best. So what is branding? If you look back at the origins of branding, or to brand, you'll find that it's associated with burn, or burning your name with a branding iron into something, whether it was livestock, wood barrels, or like when I was younger, triceps. They were all the rage. The concept of the branding iron was meant to identify your property and also differentiate your property or brand so there was no confusion or reason to scrap over a simple property dispute. Imagine back in the day trying to identify your 20 head of cattle if they got out of your property and mixed in with your neighbors. Good luck. So how does this relate to modern day branding? Well, with business, just like livestock, we want to be able to identify and differentiate any given business from another, especially when they share the same product, offering, or share the same audience. Branding is crucial to avoid any confusion in the eyes of the customer or audience. Imagine showing up to an NBA championship game and both teams are wearing the same uniforms. Go ahead, imagine it. What if you were a kid in a candy store and every candy in the entire store used the same colors and fonts? You could be there all day trying to find your favorite candy. On the same note, consider attorney ads that you've seen on daytime television. They all look and sound the same. That's not great branding, other than the fact that they know who's watching daytime television and who might need an injury attorney. So how do you differentiate any given brand? There are several factors that have to be considered. I would say without a doubt, the number one priority before differentiating anything, you need to identify exactly who your audience is or who you want them to be. Then, you have to consider the look, which can include your logo, colors, typography, design, photos, video style, and more. We also have to consider the voice, the message, tone, principles, and values, personality, and lots of other branding terms. Now, the reason I say audience is number one is because everything else should be determined by that. If we dive into the look of a brand, we'd rather not burn a branding iron into everything associated with it, so we have to come up with some less barbaric ways of identifying. Most people think a logo is a brand. Now, the logo is essentially the flagship of a brand, but it's not the only factor that goes into the look of one. I guess if you only used your logo and nothing else in your marketing, then maybe you could consider it the look or the brand. But if you use words, images, video, color, and any other visual elements, then it helps to identify what works for your brand and to be consistent with the usage. Also keep in mind, no matter how cool your logo is, if it doesn't resonate with your audience, it's ineffective. Another visual scenario is the hair care aisle at your local market. If you can find your favorite shampoo and conditioner faster than you can say ginseng root extract, then you can know that that's a space that has put some time into branding, at least on a visual level. But looking pretty and standing out isn't the only thing that needs to be considered. Your words have meaning, and how and what you say matters in branding. If your brand strategy is set to run ads that resonate with 15 to 20-year-old youth, and your ad uses messaging intended for that demographic, but your product is actually used by 45 to 50-year-olds, you may need to rethink your brand strategy and choose your words more carefully. You can't always speak to the same audience using the same messaging. And remember, your demographic is not everyone. A specific demographic is buying and also using your product, and to make things even more confusing, they may or may not always be the same, the buyer and the user. Personality. Think about the personality of brands. Think about the importance of personality of brands in boring spaces like insurance. Can you name a few insurance companies that spend loads of dollars buying ads that make you laugh or even just chuckle a bit? Do you think you'd pay attention if they just told you about insurance and how you can save money with them? I recently saw an insurance ad talking about how all of the other insurance companies are promising saving dollars, and then goes on to mention how they can save you dollars. Genius? You decide in the comments. Think about the importance of personality within the YouTuber community. It can be the difference to whether you hit the subscribe button or not. Speaking of that, you should hit our subscribe button right about now. Branding can also affect internally as well. Have you ever worked in a toxic environment? Why would any workplace need to be toxic? Culture within a workplace can determine whether you stay or leave, how you treat customers, and oftentimes can determine revenue. Toxic culture internally can be projected and felt by customers, and unless you sell something so specialized that customers just can't go anywhere else, you may want to fix your toxic culture. On the other hand, if your company culture is one that inspires, gives your team a purpose, and helps everyone grow professionally and personally, you probably have a team of brand tribe members and people that will stick with you through thick and thin. Now let's get back to number one, your audience. Killer branding is intended to resonate with your specific audience, meaning your customers, your clients, your viewers. So they need to be your best friend, or you at least need to know them like they are. It always helps when your passion aligns with theirs, but isn't 100% necessary. Everything that you do internally, your mission, your vision, your values, or externally, your marketing, your ads, your offering, need to have your audience in mind and most likely resonate positively with them. And one last time, your customer, audience, demographic, or whatever is not everyone in the world. If so, you're going to have quite the challenge dialing in your brand messaging. Imagine trying to write ad copy that resonates with an 11-year-old Southern California kid using the same copy you would for a 45-year-old outdoorsman in Germany. Sorry, Charlie, it ain't gonna fly. Anyways, I hope this video gives you a little bit more clarity on branding. Branding is not exactly rocket science, but it is a creative art that takes time and experience to truly understand and develop. That being said, I hope you liked this video. Hit like, please subscribe to this channel for more videos on branding, business, design, or whatever else we can come up with. And until then, I'm out of here like last year.